What is up everyone, it's Lucas Jerome. I'm actually here now with my video 10 facts about me, and it's actually harder than you think to think of 10 interesting facts. So I'm going to start with what I believe my least interesting and then build up. Let's jump into it. Fact number 1. This is just going to be one fact, but there's two things. 1, I'm actually 19 years old. And 2, because you see me sitting down all the time, you don't actually know it, but I'm actually 6'5". So, wait. I don't know if that justifies anything, So if I was to walk into my room, happy, springy, I'm hitting my head. Done it before. Not a nice feeling. Fact number 2, I'm an insane dog person. I love dogs. I've actually got 3 dogs. 3. And I'll put a picture of them on the screen in a sec, but I've got 2 Japanese Akitas. Alright, I'm back. Lewis just decided to FaceTime me, and I'm actually recording on my iPhone because my camera's messing up. So it just intervened. I think I got to the point where I said I had 3 dogs, 2 Japanese Akitas and a Rottweiler. The pictures of them will be on the screen now. Oldest Akita is a year and a half.
Simba.
Youngest one is 3 months, and my Rottweiler is about 7 years old. I've had dogs all my life. I've had my Rottweiler is the 3rd Rottweiler we've had. I only had 2 Akitas. I had greyhounds. Had a few terriers. I've owned a dog. I don't think I've gone a second without having a dog in my life. So, fact number 3 is everyone has a celebrity crush. That goes without saying. But mine, I have 3. The main one is Ronda Rousey. I know some people think, oh, she's a man. She's fucking hot. How can you not think she's hot? Moving on. Second one is Misha Tate. I think she is so hot. And the 3rd one is Jessica Ennis. If you don't know any 3 of these girls, then you're just, I don't know what to say. Fact number 4 is my first ever job was when I was 16, I think, or 17. It was in a factory. I was there, and all I did is stood there and I did some raw meat thing, putting it in a stunk, and I was going to be sick. I actually lasted 2 hours at my first ever job, and it was where my sister worked. So from the reception where she worked, you could see the car park, and all you could see from the reception is me. I weren't tall at the time, with my little toothless self running down the car park because I didn't want to tell anyone I was a quitter. I was too ashamed. So you just see me running down the car park, trying to get away, hoping that no one would see me. So that was my first ever job. Fact number 5, is it? Okay, my mum's side of my family is Irish, as Irish as they come. So I've actually probably got about 100 cousins. Between my dad's side, who's not got as many, but he's still got a few. I've got my mum, who's got 13 brothers and sisters. They've all got a bunch of kids themselves, and then I've got second cousins who cousins had kids, who are classed as my cousins as well. I've probably got close to 100 cousins, and I couldn't even tell you 10 of their names. I think I'm on fact number 6 now. When I was 11, I could have died falling out of a tree. Me being stupid, I was with one of my mates, and I climbed up one tree about 35 feet. I don't know how tall it was, but I was really high up. And I thought it would be smart, because I seen a branch where I was, to jump over one tree into another. I did it. It worked, and I stayed up in the tree. But as I landed in the tree, obviously I was at the edge of the tree, so I needed to move into the tree more. Did it, stood on a branch that was weak, and the only reason that I wasn't a bug on the floor is because all the branches on the way down slowed me down. So I lost all the skin on my back. It was all there now, but it was all grazed on my back. I don't know if you can see that. My arm went upwards and inwards, so it was just boo-boo, boo-boo. And this one, I broke both my wrists. This one come out, so it came out like that and went in. So that was just all floppy, and this, I shattered all the bones in here. I had 2 pins in my arms, 2 pins there and there. I had a plate there, and they took a bone out of my hip to put into my arm because my bones were shattered in my arm. Fact number 7, and this is about my upper school, my first ever upper school. Obviously, when I was in year 6, I had loads of mates from primary school and stuff like that, and they were all going to this one upper school called Thomas Beckett, and that's where I went as well. And I lasted over, you start about the beginning of September, so I got suspended and kicked out at the beginning of November, so just over 2 months I lasted in my first ever upper school before getting kicked out permanently. And that's because, like I just said, I broke my wrist. A teacher, I went into a classroom that I wasn't supposed to be in, I was just messing around on my lunch break, and I turned the light off, and as I turned it off, this teacher's grabbed my arm, and I've literally just got out of a cast at this point. The teacher's grabbed my arm, and he wouldn't let go. So obviously my first instinct is to push him away because he's hurting my arm, and as I've gone to push him, he thought I was assaulting him and grabbed it tighter, and I've got done for assault for pushing a teacher, even though he was grabbing onto my arm that had a, even he didn't know, to be fair, he didn't know that it was broke, but you could see there was a massive plaster going down. Like, bearing in mind, the scar is from bottom to beginning that long. I don't know if you can see. So the plaster was obviously covering more of it, like covering it properly. So it was a big plaster going across that, and I had the pins there, so I had plasters there, like proper hospital plasters, not little like 99p sort plasters. He grabbed it, so I pushed him, and I got done for assault. And apparently I kicked another teacher trying to get out as well, but on the CCTV they couldn't see me kicking someone, but they still took the teacher's word for it, even though they could see on camera I didn't do it. I don't know how many facts I'm on now. Whatever I'm on, it'll be at the bottom left, so you'll be able to see anyway. But this fact is, I don't know whether I should explain it, but I've been arrested, and should I explain it? Okay, I've been arrested more than once, but I'm going to explain once why I got arrested. Basically, me and a few of my mates was at a park. I must have been about 16. We was just at a park, like, it was quite late. We was just sitting there, not like a little play area park, we was just on a field. And we started walking back towards mine, well, all towards our houses. We lived near each other. And it started to rain. And as we was walking, we seen this, we was walking down this like road, just bungalows. And one of them had a for sale sign on it, and we could see through the window as we walked past it was abandoned. So us just being like young kids, we started walking towards it, and the door was open or unlocked. So we've gone in there, and there was nothing in there. There was like old-fashioned furniture, like a kettle, like no cups or anything like that really. So we just thought it was an abandoned house, and you already know where I'm going with this. It wasn't an abandoned house, but my mate decided to take a shit in their toilet and didn't flush it. And I've turned the shower on to see if the shower was working, it was, and then I turned it off again. And that was it really. We had a few, like, spent a bit of time in the house, just messing around, having a laugh, like we were painting, so we were just trying to keep out the rain, not really doing anything major. And next thing you know, a few weeks later, my mate's brother's come up to me, I think he's just been arrested. I was like, what for? He was like, I don't know, burglary. And I was like, huh? And he was like, yeah, something about a bungalow. I was like, oh fuck. So when I've got arrested for it, they've questioned me. One of you, either you or one of your mates, basically took a shit in the toilet and then flushed it. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, why wouldn't you flush it anyway? And why would you take a shit in someone else's house, like, if you thought it was abandoned? But then they've asked me if I took a shower. And I was like, why? They was like, oh, because the shower was turned on. And I was like, why would I, what burglary, what fucking thief, what thief would take a shower in someone's house? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna rob this, hang on, let me just take a shower. Like, I broke into a sweat trying to get in. Eventually they did drop the charges and just give us a little slap on the wrist, because they come to the realisation that we was just innocent. I've been arrested another time as well, which I'll go into that in more detail if I ever do another video about it. But let me know in the comment section if you actually want to know why I got arrested the other time. The other time's a bit more serious. There should be fact 9, but like I said, I'm 19. I've been doing boxing since I was 12. My older brother went, and I only went because he went, and me and him was really competitive. I didn't like the idea of him going boxing and having that as a bragging right over me, so I went as well. I've been doing that for about 7 years now. Everyone in my family has done fighting sports before. Like, I've done boxing since I was 12. My brother had done boxing. Like, I went boxing because he went. My dad's done, like, I think he's done nearly everything under the sun. Kickboxing, fucking boxing, fucking kung fu, like, just about everything. My mum did kickboxing when she was younger. Like, the only person that hasn't done anything is my sister. My sister's like that golden girl in the family. This is actually gonna link over to fact number 10, is out of the whole time since our gym has been open, it's the oldest gym in where I live, which is Northampton. Me and my brother has been the only people ever to be banned from it for fighting in the gym, like, without being in the ring, if that makes sense. And I'll explain it. Basically, my brother first got kicked out because he got into a full-on fist fight outside the ring in the gym. and he got kicked out for that. Obviously, you're not allowed to fight, and I got kicked out because Corby come down, which is another boxing club, and I was sparring them. Like, we come down, we spar each other. It's like just training basically, and it was towards the end of the round. I don't know who hit who, but I think the bell went and one of us hit each other. And this lad, bear in mind, he's come to our gym, and I've been quite respectable. I weren't really aggressive or anything like that. He got up in my face and went, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" and stuff like that, and tried squaring up to me and pushing me. And bearing in mind, he's come to my gym, come into my ring basically, and did that. I don't know what happened. Like, obviously everyone was watching. Like, when another club comes down, everyone watches, and something switched. I've just started punching. Bearing in mind, the bell's gone. Like, the round weren't beginning or anything like that. We was on break. I've just started punching and everything like that. Everyone's been trying to get in the ring to stop me. I think my dad jumped in and grabbed my arms. This dude was still trying to swing at me. So as he was swinging at me, I didn't have my arms, but he was putting his head down because people were trying to grab him, and I was just kneeing him in the face. Someone let go of my hand, and I started punching him again. Like, I was full on, like, going in on this lad in the corner, and I got kicked out they meant to kick me out for like 2 weeks, but I had a fight coming up, so I had to let me back because it doesn't really look good if they kicked me out while I got a fight coming up. This Corby, I was only like 16 at the time. They come down again a few weeks later, and they come down with some fully grown man. He must have been like 30, but he was like 14 stone, bearing in mind I was only like 9 stone at the time. And they got him ready in the ring, and I was ready, but I weren't going in with him. I was looking to go in with like people my size. I was like, oh yeah, put him in with him. It's like they planned it to put that man in with me to beat me out because of what I did last time. Yeah, because obviously he was ready to go, but obviously I was a lot younger, and luckily my coach knew what they were trying to do. They were trying to be smart about it and get someone in like a lot older to try and bully me around. So my coach was like, "No, don't be stupid, we're not putting you in," and then put one of our older lads in with him and beat him up. So it was kind of calmer for them. It was kind of calmer for them actually. Yeah, it kind of backfired to them, to be fair. But my next video is a Q&A anyway, so you're gonna know more about me and that. Other people ask me questions, and yeah. But if you ever want me to do another video like this and I can think of more facts, then let me know in the comment section below. But if not, then it's all good. And thank you for watching, and see you later.